Welcome back to the chat room. Ryan and Bryce have returned from last week.
Yes, we have.
Hello.
And we are joined by Will.
I'm back.
Drinking his Capri Sun.
I'm back drinking my Capri Sun. Just ate my Lunchable, and I'm ready to fire out some hot takes here. We got a lot of action, right?
Oh yeah. What kind of Lunchable?
It was a pizza, and I got a lot of hate for eating it cold.
It's not natural.
Listen, I've grown up all my years just eating cold Lunchables. So.
What'd you do with the sauce?
My 21 years.
What'd you do with the sauce?
Okay, I misproportioned my sauce, so I was left with a little bit extra at the end, and I just sent it straight down the hatch, and everyone looked at me like in disgust.
You hate to see it.
Oh, I just broke this fucking microphone.
It's all right.
It's all good.
No, it's fine.
Freaking microphone.
Carry on. Ours, it's fine. Okay, Will, you're a Packers fan.
Unfortunately.
Bryce, you're not a Packers hater, but
Definitely not a Packers
Will
hater.
thinks you are.
Yeah, I don't know why, but hey, let's get at it.
Well, I'm getting teamed up today because we got a Bears fan, and then Bryce is just anti-Will.
Wow,
So,
I love you, Will.
Yeah.
I love you.
Well, okay, so the Packers are 5-1. NFC North, we know, is probably the best division in football. I mean, can anyone argue that?
it is.
It is.
I think it's up there.
Throw a hat for the NFC West.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you could argue, yeah, but
But the North's, I think, floor is a little bit higher than the
I
West.
mean, that's just because you're a Bears fan.
No, it's just because the Cardinals are in their rebuilding phase. I feel like the Lions would be.
That's fair. No, the Bears are at least
Are you saying the Bears were the floor?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. No, but so Monday night controversy. It's everyone's on Twitter. Everyone in media cycles just all they could talk about is these calls, these missed calls, and yeah, they were missed. I get it, but in the moment, everyone's Booger? What's his last name?
McFarland.
Booger McFarland.
Hey, shout out Booger McFarland. Colts
shout
champion.
Super
Colts
Bowl
Super Bowl champ.
Booger McFarland spent about 10 minutes in the fourth quarter just absolutely berating the refs and just absolutely just wouldn't stop. And I'm like, you're kind of ruining the game, old bug.
Oh, like how the refs did?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like, okay, they blew 2 calls, right? But the moral of the game, Rodgers played great. The Lions defense in the second half just couldn't move the ball. And other than that, Rodgers played great without receivers. And I think the calls have just blown over the whole game. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, the calls changed the game. But I think the Packers played well enough in the second half to get the dub anyway.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. Look, I like Aaron Rodgers. Okay, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. He was dropping some absolute dimes. I mean, with throwing to whoever they found on the street, I guess, that night, Geronimo Allison.
Pause. Alan Lazard, I am a stan, and I have been since he was at Iowa State. It is a travesty that he was not drafted.
Wow.
And I saw this in him at Iowa State.
Hey, shout out Iowa State football, man. They put out some decent guys.
Cyclones.
For sure. Cyclones.
Cyclones.
Always come up with a big
name
win
one
sometimes.
besides Seneca Wallace.
I can't even name
that's
Seneca
good
Wallace,
stuff.
so.
That's good stuff. Good old
David
Seneca
Montgomery,
Wallace.
new running back of the Chicago Bears, baby.
Mm-hmm.
He's from
Wait,
Iowa State?
You know what? We're going to spare Ryan the bullying this week. Maybe we'll get back to him another week when they miss the playoffs. All right. But anyway, that's just besides the point. But no, I thought Aaron Rodgers led a beautiful
I'm gonna keep
comeback.
coming on this
All right. It was
podcast.
classic A-Rod, right? But those calls, man.
Mhm.
Those calls. Hands to the face. Really?
Yeah, I mean the first. I think the one that gets talked about is the last one, right?
Yeah.
In the last minute, but like the one that really changed the game more was the first one when the Packers were down 2 scores.
3rd and 9.
Yeah, it was, and they were out.
Yeah.
I mean, they were off the field. They were literally off the field.
Yeah.
And it got called back. And I mean that one changes the game, but still, I mean you still had 9 minutes left in the game. I don't like playing the what if, but Stafford couldn't move the ball. I think I read a stat that said Stafford in the Lions offense in the second half had 2 drives that had more than 10 yards in them. So they couldn't move the ball in the second half, and the Packers were just driving. And yeah, those calls helped out, but like I said, I think they played well enough to win.
Yeah, I definitely think the Lions, they definitely kind of screwed themselves in the game by not finishing off drives and just settling for field goal after field goal after field goal,
Right.
right? I mean, they kind of shot themselves in the foot there, but, I got to say, the Lions actually look good this year.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia, everybody hates on him with the backwards hat, pencil, the scraggly beard, Belichick-looking guy,
Yeah.
but he's got his guys ready to play.
No, he does. You're right.
Yeah.
I hate
Coach of the year material.
No.
I mean,
No.
I think he's a candidate. I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't,
Mm-mm.
but like, and I hate kind of saying this after the game, but I think they are a well-coached team. Like, even though those penalties, they screwed you, and that's kind of the look that they've gotten this week. I think they're a really well-coached team. I think defensively they're really good. Their secondary is pretty good, even though Rodgers was just picking them apart.
Darius Slay is still playing at an all-time high.
Yeah,
For
so I
sure.
think, even though they're 2-2-1, they're pretty low. Their two games are a game and a half with the tie behind the Vikings for second in the division.
They're better than the Vikings.
Yeah, I think they really are.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings are really a hot and cold team.
Yeah, they are.
And I think if the Vikings at home, I feel like if you play them at home, I feel like that's the best Vikings team you're gonna face. But I feel like the Lions are just a lot more consistent.
What if Stafford was on the Vikings?
Why do you want to be everywhere but the Lions?
I don't know.
I think. Well, first off, I just want to start a petition for free Stephon Diggs from this hellhole that he's in Minnesota.
Rosen to Minnesota.
Wow. By the way, did you just see that they're going back to Tannehill, or not Tannehill, Fitzpatrick
Yeah, they are.
this week.
Magic.
Yeah. So Rosen got
So
benched.
stupid. They don't know what they're doing.
No,
Well,
they
it's this thing called tanking.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
Rosen.
keep Rosen.
Rosen.
Yeah.
No, Rosen almost won him the game.
Let him develop. Yeah, almost beat the Redskins.
Oh, right. Well, a win's a win.
Almost.
Redskins are going to finish 0-16 if they don't win that game.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think they'll beat the Giants?
No, man, I love Danny Dimes. I love Dimes.
Let me look at their schedule.
I really think so. I wonder what the odds are.
We
for
have
that
Washington. I know the Packers. We being the Packers have Washington at home.
That's,
So
that's-
Yeah, I mean that's not even going to be a game. That's going to be in like
Redskins
that's
beat the Dolphins.
right. That's what I'm saying. If Rosen
He's
almost
saying
beat
if they
them,
had-
they tried a 2-point conversion and called an awful play that basically looked like tanking. They just set Kenyon Drake up to get drilled by like 3 guys on the 2-point conversion. It was awful.
See if the Dolphins will finish 0-16.
Well, that's what I'm
the
saying. I
Dolphins
think
are
by putting
definitely
Fitzpatrick in, I think
They might
they
beat the
finish.
Jets.
yeah, no, they're gonna
Jets.
finish 0-16.
Hey, luckily the Colts get an easy dub against them this season, so
they
that'll
play
be
the
nice.
Bengals. Dolphins
Oh,
play the Bengals late in the season.
yeah.
So
now it depends
at
on if
least
AJ
won't be
Green is
two
back.
undefeated team or winless teams.
Yeah.
But for the undefeated teams, San Francisco, what do you think about them?
Look, I think
Seamless transition.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think Kyle Shanahan
How
is
about
actually
that?
the coach of the year candidate right now,
Really good.
in front of somebody like
Yeah, I would agree.
a Matt Patricia or a LaFleur. I really think Shanahan is. He might be the real deal.
No, you're right. I
He
mean,
might
if
be
someone's
real.
gonna the way it's gone off, the way the season's gone so far, I think Shanahan's probably got coach of the year locked up.
Yeah. Well, have you seen their defensive coordinator by the way? He's awesome, man. He gets his guys fired up. He celebrates with them. Just look up YouTube videos of the 49ers our defensive coordinator. He's great.
Niners and Pats, the only undefeated teams left.
John Lynch deserves so much credit for his job as owner.
Yeah,
Like with the
Agreed.
49ers.
Mhm.
Like,
Agreed.
he kind of understood fundamentally that like you have to build it from the inside out, meaning the lines, and then kind of improve backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John
And so,
Lynch is
like-
one of the all-time greatest guys of the NFL.
Absolutely.
Right.
And like what he did with that defensive line, just like filling it with guys like DeForest Buckner and like Solomon Thomas, now getting Bosa in there as well.
Wait,
And
when
then-
was Solomon Thomas drafted?
You shut up. Got him at a premium.
Yeah, that number 3 pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to pay him that second pick money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, save him a little bit of money
Yeah.
right there.
I hate to see it.
Anyways, and then they backload by like signing veterans like Sherman to shore up the defensive backfield.
Mhm.
And like the same thing goes for the offense, built a solid offensive line, and then just kind of like put pieces together with guys like Tevin Coleman and Breda, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah, I still think they're missing a key wide receiver though. I mean, Dante Pettis and George Kittle at tight end is okay, but that can only take you so far. I mean, you need to have a solid receiver like I'm gonna say it, Antonio Brown. If he comes out of nowhere, there was always talks of him being a 49er at one point. And
You keep saying Antonio Brown, but I mean, I think the real guy that's truly on the market right now,
Calvin Johnson.
if weed's legal.
I think right now you could get AJ Green for a premium.
Yes.
So if you're
Absolutely.
gonna trade for someone, he's on the Bengals. They're they're not tanking, but they're not good. So I mean, what are they gonna want to keep him for? He's injured right now. He hasn't had any production this year. You could probably get him for pretty cheap. And so that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think the Packers need him. Well, right now they do, and eventually, they'd probably like another, someone just to back up AJ or back up Devontae, right? But still, I don't know why these teams aren't traded for AJ Green, because I think he's still got 2 more years of elite talent at least.
I think the injury bug has bit him so many
Yeah,
times.
you're
I
right.
think that's what people are looking at.
Mhm.
He's just been hurt a lot,
I could see that.
Dez is still
Definitely.
on.
Dez, good old Dez.
A guy that I think that could also be on the trade blocks coming with this trade deadline could be Corey Davis out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Okay,
he's never
okay.
really had a
Yeah.
chance.
Mhm.
Rookie contracts coming to an end. I feel like if there was ever a time to move him, Tennessee would move him now. With some quarterback controversy, they'd be like, all right, let's just get something out of him and start this rebuilding process.
He seems like a 49er guy, kind of. Just kind of flying under the radar, just making catches and making plays. Yeah, I could see
Elite
that
speed.
working. Yeah.
And back to the 49ers,
Yeah.
something that they stuck with it. Everyone was doubting, like, especially with Garoppolo the last couple of years. I know he's been injured and stuff like that, but even going into this year, there was a lot of, chatter about can he do it. And, Garoppolo's played well. He's not an MVP or anything like that, but that's all they needed him to do, because they're a really good team. They're like one of the best, probably one of the best, if not the best teams, other than the Patriots maybe, because they're always a great team. But they just got quality pieces everywhere. They don't have many holes, and you look at some of these other teams, even the Packers, especially right now with their wide receiver core a little bit hurt and their defensive back. They got holes. All these good teams, Patriots. I mean, they might be a little bit more flawless than others, but. Like, for at least health-wise and in the long run, I think that I could see the 49ers making a pretty good run for the playoffs.
2 weeks. Packers Chiefs.
2 weeks, Packers-Chiefs, going to be a good game.
Ah.
Also, Week 12, Packers are at San Francisco off the bye week, so that's going to be a good week, too. That's going to be a good game, too.
So I would definitely say the 49ers are like the Rams of the past couple years.
Okay.
Honestly, starting off undefeated. Yeah, you got a young quarterback. Don't have like play-breaking receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not unlike the Rams. The Rams had a pretty good defense there for a little bit. I think we might, like to your point, I think we might see a deep playoff run from them.
Yeah, it's going to, I think the playoffs going to be pretty interesting. I know I threw this out before the pod started when we were kind of chatting, but, like we talked about the NFC North, I wouldn't be surprised if you try to at least see both the Lions and Vikings battling for a couple wild card spots. Like, I think they're going to be in the race.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be it really is. It's going to come down to it. I know the Packers, at least keep talking about the Packers, but the last 2 games are at Minnesota and at Detroit.
Yeah.
And so those are going to be 2 big time games at the end of the season. And now the Packers are 3-0 in the division, so I think they kind of got that maybe locked up a little bit, but still, there's a lot of football to be played.
Lions could be dangerous if they sneak in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that those are kind of trap games for a lot of these premier NFC and even AFC teams. Is you got to play the Lions.
Yeah.
They don't look like much, but boy, they'll come at you.
I love Stafford. I love him. Just fucking love him.
You just want him somewhere that's not Detroit.
Yeah. Like, if you put him on Minnesota, they're a playoff team.
See, I don't.
Kirk Cousins is a walking strip sack.
Well, the thing is the thing with Stafford is I don't think he could ever just finally do it, just win the game. Like the first half of that. I hate going back to that game, but the first half, Lions offense just looked unstoppable. They looked incredible. I was scared being a Packers fan. I was like, there's no way we could really win this game if they're moving the ball like this.
Oh, it was bad.
And then the second half is the exact opposite. And so I don't know. I hate to put it all in Stafford. I'm not going to put it all in Patricia either. But,
Refs.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna act like the Packers didn't get bailed out, but they're 5-1.
Yep.
All right, and 3-0 in the division, and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
So.
Hey. Well, I guess we'll find out when they go to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan, your Bears still have to play Green Bay one more time
Yeah.
at Lambeau.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
No?
of
No?
what the Bears have left to do this season.
Can will Trubisky be back by then?
So
I hope not.
Ryan, how does this season end in a success for the Bears?
I mean, it would have to be a run to the NFC title. Like,
Still?
yeah, like that's the only way it's a
Wow.
success right now with the preseason expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
the preseason
You
expectations.
you can't change your goals
Mm-hmm.
in week 7.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just not how it works. So I feel like the people in the organization still have to be aiming for that, even though it looks highly unlikely right now.
You want to run, Gotta be a hell of a run, but
Yeah, it could be a run. We could
Yeah.
seek out some
I-
help from elsewhere in quarterback.
And I'll tell you what would help. I don't
Looking for a
think.
quarterback.
I think
Jay
if
Cutler's out there.
if Trubisky would come out and just tell everyone to relax, that worked for the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mitch
Time out.
Trubisky is not Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is not the same deal
If he
here.
said relax, they would tell him to fuck off.
They
That's what
would.
They would they would all just leave the
Mitch
locker.
Trubisky just loves to kiss titties.
Yep. Directly from the babe's tweets. Yeah. Hey, what do you do?
I think him and Brett Favre would have gone
What?
along.
Wait. So which is worse? Trubisky's tweet or Jimmy G's porn star date? Which is worse?
The porn star date.
There's nothing wrong with dating a porn star.
How long ago was he tweeting it, dude? I mean, his kid's immature mentally, and
Yeah.
he's tweeting it.
Jimmy G could get any girl he wants. So why?
Agreed.
So he did.
Why a porn star?
God, but he can't catch a touchdown pass.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, he should be throwing them, right?
God, I think the Packers were trying out tight ends last week, so
For good
especially-
reason.
Huh?
For good reason.
For a good reason. I mean, they got Mercedes.
Hey,
Lewis,
yeah, I was gonna
too,
say,
but
what's wrong with Mercedes Lewis?
He's a great blocker.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, I'll give you that.
So, as a Packers fan, who scares you the most in the NFC? So I think you guys are getting to the title game.
I think we're getting the title game. Honestly,
Is it the Saints?
it's got to be, right? It's got to be the Saints, especially once Breeze comes back.
Well, dude, I think they may hold out as long as they can.
With Breeze,
Yeah, why not?
I think the Packers
Why
are doing the same thing with Adams with Turfdale. I mean,
I think that's a little more serious.
Like they're gonna give it back to Breeze once he's 100%.
I think the Saints would beat you guys.
I think it'd be a tough matchup, especially
The
if they
Saints
got
are
Breeze
pissed
rolling
off.
again. Yeah,
The Saints have been screwed 2 years in a row.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
Zach
you're right.
is very adamant about the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Saints deserve it, damn it.
So much anger.
You're right. Once the playoffs hit, it's like the teams are set and it's a complete reset. Like anyone could do it.
I'm very excited for the NFC playoffs.
Yeah.
Very excited.
The AFC.
Dude, we should totally do a live pod during a Packers game. Packers playoff game.
Packers playoffs.
That'd be amazing.
What if they play the Seahawks again?
Well, let's
That'd be amazing.
listen. If we got that, if we were somehow 7 years ago against the Seahawks during the NFC Championship game, doing a live pod, I mean, I don't know what would have happened. I'll tell you what did happen when I watched that game. I punched a hole through my wall. The game ended at 7, and I didn't talk to the rest of my family the next morning until school. And I told my mom I wasn't going to school, but she made me, and that's the only reason I got up. That's how mad I was.
Shout out to Will's mom making him go to school.
Yeah, and
It's good
I'm pretty
stuff.
sure
Shout out to Will's wall.
and I'm pretty sure, yeah, and I'm
Took it like a champ.
I'm pretty sure I might have teared up a little bit.
You were up 16, right?
Yeah, we're up 2 touchdowns with 5 minutes left in the ball, in Aaron Rodgers' hand. And
Classic.
they scored. They
Would
got,
you beat the Pats, you think?
huh? It would have been tough. I think it would have been competitive. I mean, we had the Seahawks beat. We beat the Seahawks. We were good that year.
Yeah, you were.
But
Hey, can't sleep on the Seahawks. Ever.
you can't, and they're going to be fighting for an NFC playoff position too. So, I mean, I don't know if the Rams have kind of dropped off in the past couple of weeks, but they're still. I mean, they can still
Agreed.
get hot, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can still get hot. So the NFC is going to be fun to
I'm
watch.
not sleeping on the Eagles yet.
I'm not either. I
Too
picked
much
the
talent on
Eagles.
that
Yep,
roster
I
to
picked the
not
Eagles to go to the
believe them.
Super Bowl. I did. I'm sticking with it. I'm
on them.
sticking with it.
I mean, they're winning the East right now, so I mean,
Yes, Cowboys look awful, man. They look real bad. And
Bad times in the neighborhood.
like I said, I was telling them that last week. I mean, you can just hear the money just being taken out of the bag from Jerry Jones giving it to random people on the sidewalk.
We know if you put Jason Garrett in a must-win situation, he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You can't beat
stop
the Packers.
high-fiving your people all the time, okay? There's a time and place for it, all right? But, oh, boy. Well, hopefully the Mavericks can turn Dallas around as far as sports goes
Yes.
there.
Why don't we just go to the NBA? We don't really need to talk
Let's.
about the AFC.
That sounds great.
We know.
Yeah.
We know what's going to happen in the AFC.
Right.
MVP pick for the NBA season. Who you got?
Will, why don't you start us off here, man?
My MVP for the last preseason MVP has been LeBron James, and I think the storyline's pointed towards him again. I think Kawhi. I think a lot of people are gonna want to give it to Kawhi this year too because he hasn't gotten it in a while.
Kawhi will never win regular season MVP.
No.
He never will.
He
No,
always
I
shuts it
agree
down.
with you.
Yeah. He doesn't play enough games.
Yeah.
But I mean, LeBron's number's gonna go up in passing this year. It's gonna look. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he averages double-digit assists for the first time ever, and that's gonna a lot of the writers are gonna like that, and that's the thing. It's not really an MVP award anymore. You kind of gotta guess the storylines. You gotta guess like what's going on.
It's the most popular player.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Giannis last year out of nowhere.
Now, to be fair,
He had a
Giannis
great
had
year.
a stat line that was pretty incredible. I mean, Ryan, you being
Yeah,
a Bucks fan, I mean, it
Yeah.
was probably well deserved.
Yeah, but
right?
Russell Westbrook had, averaged a triple-double for is that the third or the second straight year? Like, I mean, if we're looking, you got to give it to him. That's 3 straight times he's given. I mean, if we're going most valuable player, right?
It's not really, yeah, I mean, to you guys' point, it's not the most valuable player anymore. I mean, the way I look at it is if you took Giannis off the Bucks, what are the Bucks?
Yeah,
What
that's
are
fair.
The Pacers.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, if you took James Harden off the Rockets, what are the Rockets?
The Pacers.
Not a playoff team.
But
And-
if you took LeBron off the Lakers...
We saw what happened. They went from fourth. They went from
Right.
beating the Warriors on Christmas Day, fourth in the NBA or fourth in the Western Conference, to not even in the playoffs. And people are hating on LeBron. And I'm like, you can't hate on LeBron. That's the definition of the MVP award right there. They beat the Warriors, the defending champs. I mean, they didn't have KD, or did they have KD? I think they had a full squad. I think they had a full squad on Christmas Day, and he got injured in the third quarter of that game, up 25 points, and they still ended up winning. But and that's the MVP, really.
I don't know, but can you honestly say that in a 7-game series, LeBron was going to win 4 times?
I don't think he was, but I think the Lakers without LeBron would win 0 times, and the Lakers with LeBron could win 3, or put it close. And I mean, if he's bringing it close, if he's getting into the playoffs, that's all he had to do last year, and he didn't do enough in the first, And obviously the NBA landscape is completely different this year, and we got a lot of different storylines going into it, but still, the Lakers are still that front runner and still up there. Just because, I mean, with LeBron, they got AD now, but,
Well,
so
we're going to find out if LeBron and AD, for that matter, can stay healthy. We saw LeBron get hurt for the first time, and miss an extended period of time. We've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I get it. It was kind of a fluky play, but
yeah,
is he going to get hurt again?
It's a valid question, especially with AD too, because, and it's really, I mean, I hate to say it every year. I hate to say it, but that's the question. I hate asking that, but that's a question every year. Who could stay healthy?
Yeah.
Because we saw that last year in the playoffs. The Raptors stayed healthy, and they ended with a championship ring. So who could stay healthy the longest? Who could stay fresh for the playoffs the longest? And then kind of similar with the NFL. Once those playoffs hit, then I'll just turn up, and that's how it's always been.
Who's your MVP?
What a tangent.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Sorry.
I know. I don't know, man. This year's going to be interesting.
You know what the answer is.
What?
It's Giannis.
Is it, though?
Don't you have a class to go
honestly,
to, Gregory?
Honestly, here's the thing.
I
Here's the
got 5
thing.
more minutes to make my Giannis point and then leave.
Go ahead. Make your Giannis point.
make
Go
here
ahead.
he goes.
Go ahead.
Giannis,
Please.
thank you for the microphone, sir. So, anyways, like I was saying, Giannis is the best team, or the best player on the best team in the East.
Wow. The best team in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
see how anyone's going to challenge that.
Okay.
And then, so obviously there, but just like it'd be different if the team around him was like super stellar. Like if he had another superstar with him. I think Chris Middleton's the closest he's got,
Yeah.
which is just like an all-star caliber, maybe second or third team All-NBA guy.
Maybe.
Yeah, at his peak, that could be him. But typically with the guard play in the league, he's gonna be a third team All-Pro at his best. So Giannis is by far the best player and is by far the most unstoppable okay, not by far. He is the most unstoppable basketball player right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost compare him to, as far as an unstoppable force, like Shaq. I'm not saying like he plays like Shaq, but I mean, it's once he gets in the paint, that's hard to
Giannis-
stop.
2 steps from
Giannis-
the 3-point line.
exactly.
Yeah.
He gets a defensive rebound, takes 5 steps, and he's scoring. Like, it's
can he improve
ridiculous.
his shooting though?
Does he need to?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's the most amazing thing about him is he can
doesn't-
30 and not make a jump shot.
He doesn't need to shoot. That's
I
so
think
crazy.
Man. I think so.
See-
For them to win a championship, I think they will.
That's why he has all those guys on the perimeter like Brooke Lopez, that like the bigs that stretch the floor and shoot for him.
Time out. So if you're banking on Brooke Lopez,
That's not
a
a bad
center.
call. Did you watch them last
I
week?
did, but a center to
Yeah.
win an NBA title, you're banking on Brooke Lopez being consistent as a 3-point shooter.
100%, yeah.
Now losing Brogdon sucks. But they still have Middleton. They still have Bledsoe's not bad in the playoffs. I don't.
Regular season Bledsoe.
Yeah, regular season Bledsoe for sure.
I don't trust him.
However, the way to beat the Bucks is to stop Giannis. No. So if you could stop Giannis, which we've
Yeah, the way to make it colder outside is to put out the sun. It's not exactly easy to do some things.
Okay, well, everyone last year thought going into this year, no one could stop Patty Mahomes, and people have started to figure out the game plan for him.
You know who stopped Patty Mahomes? D Ford.
Yeah, well, and not giving him the ball, and
shout out Colts defense for stopping Patty Mahomes.
And so I mean I get the game's a lot different, football and basketball, but still the Raptors had a bit of a game plan. Kawhi did a pretty good job. So if you could limit. What I'm saying is people are going to be out to find the Giannis game plan now. And so that's why I feel like along with the storylines, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to come back and win another MVP this year.
And the thing with the Raptors is, like, they didn't stop Giannis. Giannis's surrounding cast did not shoot well in that series.
And that's what I'm saying is how can you rely on them?
You have to figure, like, 1 or 2 of those guys are going to shoot up to their pedigree. Like,
Yeah.
Middleton's a great shooter. Connaughton's a great shooter. Lopez is a great shooter.
Well, and you
I think
added
that's the risk
Kyle
you're taking.
Korver and Wesley Matthews, both
Yeah.
shooters. And so I get it. Yeah, I could see it. I think Giannis, once he develops a jump shot, I think that takes him to a whole new level.
I think that's obviously what he needs next, and that's kind of like how the NBA is going. LeBron's teams in his playoff runs and his finals runs didn't seem to be able to make the threes against the Warriors, and so it's kind of almost a similar situation. They're very similar players, especially being the drive and kick, and it's just like those guys have to hit the shots, and that's why you surround them. And if they don't hit the shots, then
Yeah, definite comps there. And LeBron did eventually evolve his game to getting threes.
Yeah.
When he couldn't entirely rely on his driving anymore. Whereas like Giannis is still young and athletic enough that he can still entirely he can rely on that and still be good for 30 a game.
Yeah. So speaking of developing jump shots, Ben Simmons drained a 3-pointer in the preseason.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
Next step.
Over or under? I'm gonna go with 7.5 3-pointers made this season.
Under.
Really?
I'd probably go under.
What do you think?
7.5.
7.5 all year.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Seeing as how he could have 10 times more than last year and still have
Say
0,
over.
I'm gonna say
You say what?
Over.
Over. I think so too. I mean, I think he's out to prove something this year. So.
bum.
Well, anyway, so I think that James Harden's going to win MVP. I mean, did you see that move that he pulled off?
Later, listeners.
See you
Uh,
around.
Go to class.
enjoy editing.
Oh, I will, but
See you later.
Go look at what I just tweeted.
Okay.
Oh, this should
Don't
be
you
great.
boys slander my Bears or my Bucks while I'm gone.
So, I mean, did you all see what James Harden pulled off the other day in that preseason game?
The one-legged three?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just constantly making stuff up, and I've never been a big fan of James Harden. Honestly, I'm starting to come around since they've redefined the traveling rule. Okay, because then it's going to be legal. So I'm cool with it. So I really do think that James Harden, he's still got this chip on his shoulder about being the best player in the NBA, which I really think is a bad chip to have. I just don't feel like that's the way basketball should be played. It's a team game. When you have good team members around you, you go pretty far. So I think having Russell Westbrook, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be the thing is, can Russell Westbrook be okay not taking as many shots? Because if you look at last season.
I think he can.
Right, okay, but if you look at last season, on the Thunder, him and Paul George is playing at an MVP level. Most people are like, oh my goodness, MVP is going to be Paul George this year. Okay, and then he just kind of tapered off. Why? Some people will say it's the shoulder injury, but if you go look at statistics, Russell Westbrook shot more shots. Paul George's shots went down. He kind of went by the wayside. Get in the playoffs, Dame Dollar ends up ruining their whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So as a Pacers fan, I know you can't trust Paul George.
No. Which, by the way, I love nothing more. I stayed up to see Damian Lillard sink that shot on Paul George. I made sure, man, I was falling asleep. I was like half awake trying to watch this game. I knew I'd work in the morning, but it was worth it.
Hell with it. There's nobody.
Love it.
The Rockets have the two most deserving players of a ring on the same team. They deserve a ring. Russ and Harden, they're the most deserving players.
What about Carmelo? Why do they deserve one
You
more
know
than
what,
Carmelo?
man? I'm not even going to get into
No.
this subject. Just
No.
stop with that. He's
Well, okay, I could see Harden deserve it of a ring more than Westbrook.
Harden should have won one 2 years ago.
agreed.
Russ should have won one on a couple occasions.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, what happened is the Thunder when they had
2016,
Russ,
the Thunder would have won. Thunder
yeah.
were the
So
best
here's the
team in
thing. Hey,
2016.
Game 6 Clay, you can't beat a Game 6 Clay
No, you can't.
unless he tears his ACL,
Then you
i.e., see finals.
Yeah.
I mean, Game 6 Clay is something else, man. I take him over Hoodie Mello.
So, in the West this year, I'm looking over, and I think there are 11, maybe 11
Playoff
legitimate playoff teams.
There are.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
And so that's why I'm wondering, and I'm giving this take. I think I've given the take on the podcast before. I'm not sure. I'm not certain that the Warriors will make the playoffs. And a lot of people have given me hate for that, but I think you could legitimately make an argument that, especially if they can't start off hot with just D'Lo and Steph, if they get into a lower seed and then they have to have Clay pull them out, I think you can make an argument that it's going to be a battle in those lower, probably three or four spots. I think they're going to be about 7 teams battling for about 4 spots in the playoffs. And
5 through 8 is going to be interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Now, I'm going to be anti-Will right here, and I love you, Will. You know I do. I love you. But the Warriors are probably going to be the most underrated team this season. And you're like, how can that be where they have Steph Curry still? Okay, get it. But y'all got to remember, they won a championship before Kevin Durant got there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, granted, a lot of their
Against an
bench
injury
support is gone.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're older. A lot of their bench support is gone. Iggy's gone. Sean Livingston is gone. But
No, I will give them that first one. I'll give them the first one. But the next two, no.
you talk about that stimulus package that Adam Silver gave Cleveland?
No.
All right, yeah, that's a different day. But look, D'Angelo Russell is an absolute baller. Ohio State, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just put that in parentheses right there. Got to let him know.
D'Lo's a baller. I'll give you that.
He was awesome. I would have loved to see him on the Pacers. I know that we were kind of in the running for him, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
I really lobbied for that, but he ended up on the Warriors, which was a shock to everybody. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?" But if there's one man that can put that all together, it's got to be Steve Kerr, right?
Who's their small forward?
Who's their small forward?
Alfonso McKinney?
It's a good question, actually. Well, I think once
Glenn Robinson. He's on their teams.
He's on the Warriors?
Yeah,
Is he really?
I thought he was on the Pistons.
I believe so.
Let me look.
And then Draymond, I mean, like, Draymond, Draymond's at least at the end, if not last year, he's not in his peak. Like, I think
he's
he,
on decline.
I think offensively he's never been productive. Defensively, he's only going downhill. I mean, he could still get boards, he could still pass the ball, don't get me wrong, but I think his assist numbers have been kind of bumped just because, like, I think if put him on a team that doesn't have one of the two out of the top 10 greatest 3-point shooters of all time, his assist numbers are definitely down, and people don't talk about him being a great passer. So I think his assisting, I mean, he's a good passer, don't get me wrong. I think that's been kind of oversold a little bit. And I think if anything, he's going downhill. And so I'm just saying there's so many other teams that I see that could just be battling, like, the Northwest. You got the Nuggets, the Timberwolves. The Thunder might be the only weak team. The Timberwolves are year.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the Timberwolves at all.
But you still got the Blazers and the Jazz and the Nuggets.
Okay.
And so those are three, I think,
that.
definite playoff teams.
I'll give you that.
The Nuggets, the Blazers, and the Jazz.
Yep.
Then you got the Rockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Spurs might be on the fringe. The Spurs might be a fringe team.
We'll see.
On the fringe.
Pelicans on the fringe. So we got four teams in.
I'm not ready to pull the trigger on the Pelicans quite yet. No, I don't.
I'm not saying they'll make it. I'm just saying.
All right,
they'll be in the, like he was saying.
They could make it interesting. I think they'd make
so
it
here
interesting.
here are 5 teams that I definitely think are going to make the Western playoffs: the Clippers, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Jazz, and I'm probably going to throw in the Blazers too. So
yeah, I think you have to.
So you got the Jazz, the Blazers, the Nuggets, the Rockets, and both teams from LA. You got 6 teams, and you got 3 more spots for the Warriors, the Pelicans, the Timberwolves, the Spurs, and
Kings.
the Thunder,
I think you gotta put
and the
Kings
Kings. Yeah, the only team the Suns are the only team that you really.
I just don't see a scenario where the Warriors don't make the playoffs. I just don't think it's.
I mean, I agree. I agree.
I think the Suns, Thunder, and Timberwolves are the 3 teams you can cross out.
Yeah, and here's my thing. So if you look at the Warriors roster, okay, so they're probably gonna put GR3 at small forward, right? He's gonna play. They're gonna go back to Harrison Barnes type play, back when before they had Kevin Durant, right? Okay, but then we're also look at their bench now. Okay, they signed Alec Burks. Okay, he's not a bad player.
No, he's not.
Okay, they got Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah,
I think that's a good pickup. Very underrated pickup.
Willie.
I like Willie, but I mean, is he a starting? Or they start Looney over him? Do they?
Yeah.
They probably will.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't mind Cauley-Stein. He played well for the
At
Kings
least
last year.
until Looney gets hurt again.
Well, and then they signed Marquise Chris, who was a former first round, lottery pick.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, but still, he's a guy that can come in and give you some solid minutes. You don't need him to start. You don't need him to score 20 points a game, and that's kind of what I think Phoenix. I think Phoenix was the person or the team that dropped him. Right. I think that's what they were expecting out of him. They're expecting a DeAndre Ayton performance out of him every game, and that's just not what he was. But if he comes in and gives solid bench minutes, the Warriors are gonna be good again.
Here's a very dark horse candidate for MVP, Luka.
Wow, I thought you were going to go with Jokic there.
No.
You're right. I mean, the Mavs, depending on how well KP comes out, I mean, is he starting the season?
Yeah.
He's starting the season?
Yeah.
Dude.
He's good.
Dude.
He's
Luka,
KP,
and Dennis Smith Jr., right?
He's gone.
Yeah,
he is gone. Yeah, you're right.
He's on the Knicks.
But the Mavericks have a decent squad, I think, right?
Yeah.
They got JJ Barea. They got Seth Curry. They got Tim Hardaway Jr., Justin Jackson, Courtney Lee, Boban. They got Boban.
I like that pickup.
I do too. And you got somebody like Courtney Lee, who can come in and play some solid defense.
So that's just another fringe. That's another fringe playoff team for the West.
I think they make the playoffs.
Really?
I do. I think they make the playoffs.
Well, so we've locked in 6, and that doesn't include the Warriors.
Do you like the Mavs over the Kings?
Yes.
Wow.
100% yes. Yeah, I think so. Now here's what you also have to keep in mind. So Bogdanovich decided not to sign an extension with the Kings. So he wants a bigger contract.
I like him.
So he's gonna come out and play like a madman.
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna look good.
Yeah, he is.
I'm still not sold on De'Aaron Fox. I get he's quick and he
I
can slash,
am
but
sold on him.
I'm not sold.
I would kill
Wait,
for
so
him.
you're sold on? You guys are sold on the Kings being a fringe playoff team?
Fringe playoff team. I don't think they make it though. I think
Okay.
they come close.
I think they make it.
I think they come
I
close.
think the Kings make it.
Wow.
They would have made it
Wow.
last year if Bagley didn't get hurt.
Yeah, and Bagley's got to develop here a little bit, but he looked pretty good. I watched him a little bit in the Pacers-India preseason game.
They added Dwayne Dedman. I like Dwayne.
I'm not a Dedman guy.
I'm
not a Dedman guy.
Corey Joseph. I like Corey Joseph.
Shout out Corey Joseph. Thanks for all your years here in Indiana, bro.
I think they're gonna make it. The Mavs are a little top heavy, and the Kings are not.
You
Kings are
just
a little
really
more
want the
even.
Kings to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
that's
do.
all you want. You just want the Kings to make playoffs.
Yeah, I do. I don't agree with firing their coach. I don't think Luke Walton's a good coach.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
Do you think he sexually assaulted that girl?
I haven't really looked into that. I don't know. But
Wow.
All right. So you guys we've decided we have 3 spots for 5 teams. I want your 3 teams.
Okay.
Use first, Zach. You got the Warriors. You got 3 spots for the Warriors, Mavericks, Pelicans, Wolves, and Kings.
okay. Warriors, Kings.
Mavericks, Pelicans, or
I can't believe
Timberwolves.
you're not going with Dallas here.
Mavericks.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'm definitely going Golden State.
No.
What?
New Orleans.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
New Orleans.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going Golden State.
Because I like Lonzo
Dallas.
against Luka. I like that matchup.
Do you really?
Defensively for the
Oh,
Pelicans.
defensively?
Yeah.
Okay, but who's gonna guard KP?
Derek Favors.
Yeah, even you're laughing at that. Come on now. Come
Derek
on now.
Favors.
I mean, they got
You're
the
joking.
Pelicans are deep. They're a lot deeper than the Mavericks.
I wanted them to sign Al Horford really bad.
That'd be a good pickup.
So I like the Maverick. I like Justin Jackson.
Mhm.
Okay, which he was a king, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I really do think Justin Jackson's gonna be good.
I wanted the
Mhm.
Pacers to draft him, but they drafted TJ Leaf instead.
Ugh,
I mean, they had OG on the
hate
board.
to see it. Hate to
Harry
see it.
Giles?
Yeah, they had plenty.
I'm
they
not
did
a
have.
Giles guy.
I'd rather have Harry Giles
I'd
than
rather
TJ
have-
Leaf, though.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, we drafted TJ Leaf over Harry Giles, OG.
Just a totally useless, wasted pick.
It was an absolutely wasted pick.
Yeah, come on,
like
Pacers, what
I
are we
watched the
doing?
whole draft. If the Pacers get a 16th pick, you're like, all right, we got someone that can make an impact this year, right?
You know,
A little
just
bit of
to
an impact.
torture myself, I'm gonna go back to that draft and see who we could have drafted.
Oh, we got little boy Holiday too in the second round.
Hey, Holiday's a good.
I like
he's
Exactly, but we got him in the second round.
You're right.
Like we had to
No,
pick.
we got him in the first round.
Did we?
Yeah, we got who did we get in the second round? Oh, Alize Johnson.
Mhm.
Hey, which by the way, we need to
Could
play
have
him
had John
more.
Collins.
You know
Mhm.
what, man? You know what,
Could have had Kyle Kuzma.
Johnson. We need to play him more.
Yeah, I don't mind him.
He's gonna be good.
He's
I'm
athletic.
telling you, he's gonna be good. We
He
need to
needs
play
more.
him more.
Where
Over
did
TJ
where
Leaf.
the Pacers land this year?
4 or 5 seed.
That's what I'm thinking too.
4 or 5 seed. I'd love to. I think they can be a contender in the East for sure. I really do think that they could beat somebody like the Bucks.
Once
I'm not
Vic
gonna lie.
Vic gets back, yeah.
And I think Vic is that motivated. Which by the way, I think he's on The Masked Singer. I don't know if you guys watch
Yeah,
it or not, but
yeah.
it's definitely.
Did
him.
you watch
The
his
Black Panther mask?
He is not. He's a character called the Thingamajig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he says feathery, and number 4 came up, and the leg that he had surgery on is a different pant color.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it sounds exactly like him.
Oh yeah, it's 100% Victor Oladipo. But anyway, once he comes back, yeah, I think he's motivated to get back and be right where he was, and I think him and Brogdon, that's going to cause a lot of problems for teams defensively.
Yeah.
You know,
And I mean, everyone's talking about not trying to interrupt you, but everyone's talking about Brogdon, but I really like Jeremy Lamb too. I think.
I'm not sold on Jeremy Lamb yet. I'm just not.
I think he fits a lot better here than where was he? Charlotte. He was with.
Yeah. So what do we do with him when Victor Oladipo comes back?
I think he's gonna fit his way. I don't think he ever found like his niche into Charlotte, right? Because he was kind of like behind Kemba the whole time a little bit,
Yeah.
and so I think he's gonna I think he just fits, and I think in the locker room it's a lot better. I think because the Pacers are an actual contender. I mean they've been contenders the last 5 years essentially. Not I mean maybe East
Yeah.
playoff contenders, but they've been talked about, and so I think that's gonna motivate him a little bit, and then I think it's gonna help him starting the season by himself, and then kind of them trying to work in Oladipo back, even though Oladipo kind of has his spot on the team permanently, kind of, you know, just waiting for him. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I think they could grab a 5 seed in the regular season for the playoffs.
I think they could grab a 3 seed.
You think they grab a seed over who?
Who do you have in the 3 seed?
Either the Celtics, or the Sixers, right?
You don't have the Sixers 2?
I like the Celtics.
I like the Celtics too. I think the Celtics and the Pacers will be really close.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics will probably take
Like
it.
last year?
Yeah.
Nets
Celtics
finish
are probably
5, you think, with Kyrie?
No.
Raptors.
No.
You think Raptors finish above the Nets?
So. I don't even think so.
No. Who finishes above the Nets?
God, that bottom half playoff race for the East is going to be an
it's gonna
absolute
be
shit
bad.
show.
Yeah,
It's going to be an absolute shit show.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
For as good as the West playoff race is going to be, that's how bad the East is going to be.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like the Pistons will make it again.
Yeah.
It's like we had 1 year of balance for divisions, kind of, almost, and then it's like all back out to the West. At least you don't know who's going to leave the East this year like you used to.
Miami?
So. Yeah,
Potentially.
they're not bad.
Potentially.
No, not bad.
I
Is
mean,
Leonard out there now? Jimmy
do you know what the
Butler?
funny thing is?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, Miami we wouldn't even be considering throwing them in a playoff spot. I mean, maybe consider throwing them in the bottom half of the West, but they're a solid probably 5 or 6 seed in the East, like easy, you know.
Let me ask you guys this: give me your rookie of the year. I got a hot take for you guys.
I think I know what it is.
Cam
Okay.
Reddish.
No.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with. I mean, everyone wants Zion. I think RJ's is gonna be in a pretty good position to get a lot of like, you know,
He'll get a
people
lot of
watching
touches.
him. Yeah, he'll get a lot of touches. He'll get a lot of attention, a lot of touches, and if he produces them, I don't know. I'm going with Zion. I mean, that's
Going Zion?
that's a lock almost probably.
Say
Okay.
Zion.
You're going Zion.
Although if Zion gets hurt, John Morant.
John Morant.
Well, here's the
Yeah, I
thing.
like
Here's
John Morant.
the thing. What team is going to be in the best position?
Yeah.
You know,
Here-
because of the rookie.
Let me float this one out here to you. Michael Porter Jr.
That's a good one. That's a
Michael
really good
Porter
one.
Jr.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good
Out in
one.
Denver. Why not?
Well, we played in the preseason last night.
Yeah.
I know I saw some highlights of him. He was looking pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
Both
who starts
offensively
at
and
3?
defensively.
Who starts at 3 for them? He's a 3. He's small forward, right?
Will Barton?
Will Barton starts for him.
Yeah.
But I think Porter Jr. could take that spot.
Well, he's gonna have to if he wants to win Rookie of the Year. But I think that's a pretty good.
Will Barton's good off the bench too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So we talked about it earlier before we got on. You know, Denver's going to be a deep team, and I feel like there might be a little bit of decline from them last year. But I think Michael Porter Jr. can kind of step in and be a solid contributor to them, especially offensively.
I agree.
Here's a question: do the Knicks win 20 games? No, I say no.
So Julius Randle's going to have a good season.
Yeah, he is.
I like Julius Randle. I feel like he kind of.
I think RJ will too.
Yeah, I feel like Julius Randle kind of got ousted out of L.A.
No, he did.
On bad terms, and he shouldn't have.
No.
Right, but 20 games.
Do the Knicks win 20 games, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give
Yeah.
him 25.
20 in the East. I mean, they're not playing Western Conference every day, so.
Are they the worst team in the East?
I don't know who else would be. I mean,
Cavs.
I think Orlando is going to be
Cavs,
better.
yeah.
Oh, the Cavs. Yeah, that's fair. John Beeline, I don't know how he's going to transition from
Wizards?
college to. No, I don't think
How
so.
long is John Wall out all season?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
So when are the Wizards going to give up this little experiment that they're doing and let one of these guys go for some trade assets?
Well, they finally fired Grunfeld,
Yeah, you were calling for that.
so maybe soon. Hopefully soon. I don't know. I'm gonna see how long.
Who do you think goes? Wall or because I don't think anyone's going to want John Wall. He's kind of damaged
Okay,
goods at this point.
He got hurt in January,
Okay.
and he's out for a year, so he'll come back in January.
Any
Okay.
mid-level contender would want him. Like the Pacers, you're gonna say the Pacers wouldn't want John Wall?
No.
You don't think so?
No,
No.
not the Pacers.
No, no.
Well, I mean,
I think we're set with Brogdon and having Holiday come off the bench.
So is Brogdon gonna bring the ball up?
Yeah, he's our
The Heat
point
would
guard
want
now.
him.
Is he?
The Heat?
The Heat would want John Wall.
They would let go of Dragic then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They would.
So they wouldn't let go of Beal. Because
They
you can
would-
get more for Beal.
Yeah. But that contract, though, for John Wall.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
so
and that's the thing. So you want a damaged player with a really big contract.
I'm not saying the Heat would take him. I think the Heat would. The Heat just want. Pat Riley just wants star power. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who it is.
Yeah.
He just wants star power. And John Wall's a bigger name than Dragic.
Yeah.
But this contract is so bad. 4 years, 170.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
And it hasn't even kicked in yet. It kicks in this year.
Oh.
So,
Do you think it? Do you think?
how can you trade that?
Oh, you can't. You can't. You're locked in. I think you let go of Beal. You get more for him.
Where does he go?
I could see like a team like the Lakers trying to snag that.
Beal would be a great peg up for the Lakers.
I know, and I don't want to see it. I don't.
Beal to the Celtics for Jason Tatum?
Who could they give out?
For Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
No way. Okay, so actually, so I just got a report while we're on this podcast. Okay.
Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
He's going to reject a 4-year, $80 million extension. Folks, that's $20 million a year.
That's what Brogdon's getting paid.
Right. Okay. Would you take Brogdon or Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Really?
Yeah. Jaylen Brown's younger.
Brogdon.
Well, actually, they came in.
Brogdon's what was he? A 50, 40, 90 guy?
And he's a better defender. I don't know if he's a better
come on,
defender.
man.
They're equally
And you can
defenders.
put you can put Brogdon at point. You can put him at the 2 spot, and dare I say maybe even the 3 spot.
Yeah, he's a pretty good defender. I mean, he could
Right.
probably handle the 3
Jaylen
defensively.
Brown can get you 20 a game. You can easily move Vic to point guard.
But Vic can't play point
No,
guard.
dude, you
We're
don't
not
want to
putting
have
Vic
to
at-
move
we're
Vic
not-
to point guard.
No,
yeah.
He
We're
can.
putting we would put Jaylen Brown at the 3. But then
Dude,
where do you put TJ Warren?
Victor is about as true as a shooting guard as you get in the league.
Right.
But he can play point guard.
I mean, he can.
He doesn't. We don't want him to.
Aaron
No.
Holiday, point guard?
He's a better.
Yeah, Aaron Holiday's definitely point guard.
He would play point guard then.
Yeah. But what do you do with TJ Warren? We just got him for a bag of chips.
Move him to the 4 or
Oh.
put him
No.
on the bench.
God.
Oh no. We can't do that to TJ Warren.
How
We could-
productive does TJ Warren have to be this year, do you think?
20 points a game.
15 off the bench.
Do you think he could do 20 points a game?
Yeah, 100% he can. Have you
15
seen
off
his
the
stat
bench.
line?
He can because all he does is shoot. That's all he does.
Right. He's a better scorer than Bogdanovich.
Off the bench, though, who do we start over him?
I don't know. I just pictured him coming off the bench.
No, I think he's our starting small forward.
He is.
Either that or Justin Holiday.
It won't be Holidays coming off the bench with his brother.
We got
That
Brian
chemistry's
Bowen.
there.
We got Brian
Yes.
Bowen, too.
Very underrated.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Very underrated.
I think that's a very underrated player.
Yeah, 5-star recruit.
Out of high school, right?
Right.
Then he went to...
Louisville. The Louisville scandal
Yeah.
happened. He jetted overseas, I
Mhm.
think to New Zealand.
Yeah, and we haven't heard much from him since, right?
Right. So I feel like I know he's going to play for the Mad Ants. I think it's a 2-way contract. I
Mhm.
think, but we might have a diamond in the rough there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like...
Honestly,
I feel like... I don't know. Romeo Langford was a 5-star product. Like, that's...
I would take Bowen over Langford though.
I that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't take Langford much. I'm saying
Yeah.
that, like, I don't know. Bowen's just like, he's definitely something that is not been exposed to the NBA much. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's going to take him some time. Zach, you look like you want to say something there, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
This is off topic, but Rockets Western Finals.
Dude, you and this Rockets thing. When are you
The
gonna let
window
this
is
go?
not closed.
When are you gonna let this go eventually?
When they win the title.
So
So you'd rather have the Rockets destroy the LA matchup for
yeah,
the
I was
Western
gonna say
Conference Finals?
Yeah,
who's
I
the
would.
Rockets gonna beat?
I would.
Who are they gonna
Beat
beat?
the Lakers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
AD's going to get hurt.
Wow. I think
AD's going to get hurt.
Zach just turned anti-Will, and Will's trying not to say something right
No,
now,
dude. it's-
but he wants to so
he's got-
bad.
No, he's got his he's got his opinion.
If they play the Clippers, they're going to lose because Kawhi will
Yeah,
shut
Kawhi's. Yeah, Kawhi's.
Just
too much of a
back
monster.
that up with AD better be injured.
Well,
they're not beating
okay,
without
so
AD.
so that's the thing.
Okay.
That's what I said earlier. Is can Anthony Davis stay healthy?
down.
Yeah.
I like Clint Capella against Anthony Davis.
Oh, stop.
I do.
Oh, stop.
I do.
Stop.
I do.
Stop
I
it.
do. I like
Okay,
it.
are you saying you like Anthony Davis? Like
Come
you like
on.
you like Kawhi on Giannis.
Look, I'm just saying it's a good matchup. It's a bad matchup for Davis.
So.
So he only goes 20 and 10.
So here's the thing: Anthony Davis doesn't have to guard Clint Capella, though. Because Clint Capella, all he's gonna do is just stand near the rim.
Right.
Yeah, and we got. I mean, the Lakers have Dwight and
No,
JaVale
stop.
McGee.
Stop.
JaVale.
Stop.
Okay, yeah, you need to stop
Stop.
with the Dwight stuff.
Okay,
Stop. You
JaVale
need to
is.
stop. Dwight doesn't make it to December.
Dude, wait. So do you mean by injury or like traded or released?
They drop his ass.
They cut him.
Yeah, they just drop his ass.
Wow.
Dwight Howard will win an NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers.
No, he will not.
Oh,
He had his moment with the Magic. He had his moment.
Come on.
I
Come
think
on,
Dwight
dude.
Howard. Okay, I think Dwight Howard becomes a. I don't want to say indisposable, but I want to say I think he becomes an essential part of their championship run.
Dude, Dwight Howard had a butt cheek injury.
Oh my God! And now, I mean, I think he's gone through a lot of mental stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think he's gone through a lot of mental stuff.
The
Well, yeah.
Hornets didn't want it.
Well, yeah. Do you remember the Twitter feed? Do you guys recall the Twitter feed that he was exposed on?
No.
Oh.
No, you didn't. You
yeah.
don't. You never heard of that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Let me just explain.
We
let me
talked
bring
about
this
it
up.
on the pod. I'm pretty sure.
No, we need to talk about this. Okay.
Dwight Howard had a little
Talked
incident
about it?
less than a year ago.
Yes. So, oh man. So there was a thing where he.
I will say
was-
for Dwight, he's a Hall of Famer.
Really?
Yep, he's a Hall of Famer.
Wow. But there was a.
He was too good on the Magic.
He was very dominant on the Magic, incredibly dominant. It was just a shame they couldn't beat Kobe and the Lakers. But yeah, dude, this thing. So a while back ago, I can't remember. It might have been a year or two ago. But there was a Twitter thread that went viral about Dwight Howard.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about, I think, was it a transgender,
Mm-hmm.
like,
He was in like a relationship with a transgender, essentially.
yeah, and he apparently didn't know it, but everyone seems to know, and yeah, he got a lot of blowback on that.
Yeah,
It
no,
was ugly.
I think he's had multiple like interactions with like transgenders and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
he's denying it, saying he's like a heterosexual and stuff, and yeah.
I mean,
man.
like, dude, more power to you. Like, if you like that stuff, then like it, but just don't like deny it. You know?
Yeah, right. So I mean, he's gone through a lot. On the Lakers, I think to Zach's point, I don't think he lasts.
Yeah.
I think this is a joke.
I don't know.
You know what? You know what's biting them now? The Lakers trading Zubac.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? Jerry West is an absolute genius when it
No,
comes to that.
He's gonna be. He's a good center. He really is. I think losing him. I don't know. I mean, we didn't get much from him, did we? For being the Lakers.
No.
Huh?
Nothing.
No. I think he might have got like a second round
A
draft
pick. Yeah, a pick.
He
That was
didn't get
it.
anything.
So if the Lakers don't make the WCFs or
Mhm.
even the finals or win the finals for that matter, is Pelinka gone?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Does Pelinka?
I think if they don't make the WCF, there's a bigger argument. But I think Braun would be like, you're not blowing this up right now. We're still like, why would you blow it up when you're in the window? I mean,
Yeah, but this sounds like, so the Lakers have a roster right now that is such a LeBron roster. I can't even explain how. I mean, so you sign somebody like Jared Dudley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's definitely a LeBron guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got Kuzma. He kind of just inherited Kuzma. He was the one guy that LeBron wasn't like, okay, just get rid of him.
Kuzma's good though.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Defense. He needs to improve defensively.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to improve defensively, 100%.
He was stroking him in the USA. If you watch any of the World's games, he was just absolutely stroking it from like the.
Yeah.
So he could shoot. If he could be a consistent shooter, man.
He was the best of those
Yeah.
those 4 young guys.
Yeah. If they had to keep one, I'm glad they did
Yeah.
keep him.
But it really sucks that Cousins got hurt.
Yeah, that's
Really
unfortunate,
sucks.
man. It really is.
That would have been nice off the bench.
Hey, speaking of Demetrius Jackson, apparently he's on the Lakers roster. So Quinn Cook, I think, is a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Green.
Great pickup.
Yeah, Avery Bradley. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
Can he really be productive offensively and defensively,
He's a
like
good
on those
defender,
set?
at least.
Is
Yeah.
he though? Still though?
It's just about how
I think he
productive. It's just about how productive he is. I think if he's productive, like you said, I think he'd be a good pickup. But
Yeah.
And Danny Green's a good defender.
And I'm not buying into the Caruso hype.
No.
People need to stop with
No,
that.
it's- yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Rajon Rondo, can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
They signed Antetokounmpo's brother, at least one of them. He's probably not going to play at all. honestly. I think that was just a PR move to try to get Giannis whenever he becomes a free agent. You're still stuck with KCP, though.
Yeah, that sucks.
You're still stuck on that bad contract with KCP.
That sucks.
Quinn Cook.
Get rid of him next year.
But yeah, man, you have a lot of point guards on your team.
Yeah, I think
Jeez.
we just got a lot of shooting. You got LeBron James as your like lone small forward, except for Dudley. Whenever Dudley wants to take over the reins for the team.
Oh, stop! Oh, man.
Is LeBron a point guard this year?
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna list him as point guard. Like, I don't think that matters.
So
He's gonna be the primary ball.
So
handler.
Rondo's going to start, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how long do you give Frank Vogel before they let him go?
I think that's the worst thing that they've probably done, since LeBron's been there, hiring Frank Vogel. I think they should have let LeBron player manage.
They should have just hired Jason Kidd.
No, why don't they?
He's on the bench. So
Yeah.
this puts Frank Vogel, and I love Frank Vogel for what he did for
It's
Indiana.
just totally
But they put him,
unnecessary.
they put him in a bad spot here.
Mhm.
Really bad spot. Like if you fail, Jason Kidd is literally in the huddle with you, just waiting.
It's just so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you want
You
Jason
know what?
Kidd,
I
so
think-
why are you going to drag
I
Frank
think they
Vogel
should have
through the
made
mud?
it. Yeah, so they hired Lionel Collins as an assistant coach. He should be
Lionel
the head
Hollins?
coach. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lionel
yeah,
Hollins.
yeah.
He should be the head coach. He
Just-
should be the head coach.
I don't know.
And why not try to get like Fizdale?
And Jason
Yeah.
Kidd's not even a good coach.
No, he's not.
No, yeah,
Him and
it's
LeBron
not
are
like.
just friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't you just make LeBron a
And that's
coach?
Yeah.
the problem that I have with LeBron James. That's the issue.
What? Like he's like a Pete Rose because he can't handle someone else telling him what to do.
No, he is a coach killer.
He is a coach killer, but that's why I'm saying just make him the coach, take out the third party, and just let him run the goddamn
That's why
team.
Ty Lue was the perfect.
Yeah.
Ty Lue was a puppet.
Tyler, you know what?
Ty
and
Lue
I
was
find
a
it,
puppet.
and I find it comical that he refused to take that Lakers job
Mm-hmm.
because they wouldn't pay him. And good for him. Good for Ty Lue for doing that, by the
Mhm.
way. And he's on the Clippers coaching staff, I think now as an assistant coach. He wouldn't even be a head coach for the Lakers and go through all that LeBron mess again.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell you?
But I
Tells
don't
you
want
that-
Ty Lue to act shocked that he doesn't have a job.
But
Yes.
I don't think he is though.
Because
He's not a good coach.
he got to 3 straight finals.
He's
I don't
not.
want you to act like you deserve it. You
He's
did
not a good
not
coach.
get them to the
No, I
finals.
think it was a ploy. Like if I have to deal with LeBron, you're gonna pay me to do it.
What about Spoelstra? What do you think about Spoelstra?
He's actually a good coach.
Yeah, I think he's a good
the
coach.
best coach LeBron's ever had.
Yeah, I
So
think so, too.
so I felt like he was a figurehead when they hired him. I'm like,
Really?
okay, who's this dude?
Mhm.
Okay, you never heard of him,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, okay, it's another LeBron yes man.
Mhm.
Great, cool, awesome. All right, and then he'll just leave him in the dust. He'll get fired in a couple years, and he's actually done a great job in Miami. I do like Spoelstra.
Yeah, no, he's
He's changed my
done pretty well.
mind.
It was proven after the
Changed my mind.
fact that he was a good coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he kept him in the playoffs for
Yeah.
a couple of years. I mean, even when D Wade left, he was still pretty good keeping him there. So
Yeah. So I think that he'll have a decent team. He finally got off that Hassan Whiteside contract, which I think is great for the Blazers actually to have Hassan Whiteside
yeah,
after losing Cantor, and you know you got big guys like
Still have Nurkic.
Myers Leonard and you got Nurkic coming off the injury,
Yeah.
but who's their other guy? Zach Collins.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with a couple of big guys that just aren't that great. You know, Cantor was okay defensively. He's not. Hassan Whiteside brings you a little bit of offense, but plenty of rebounding and defense.
Man, the Celtics are going to be fun. It's
But-
going to be fun.
here's my question:
Taco Fall should start for them.
Who's
Start.
Yeah, he should start.
Wow.
It'd be a
Over
blast.
Cantor?
Oh, it'd be a blast.
Wow.
I just want to see it. It's not going to happen, but
It's
I
just
want
going
to
to
see
be
it.
fun. Kemba, Hayward.
Can
Tatum.
Hayward finally get back to what he
yeah?
was, though?
I think the
was
Kyrie.
holding him back.
Yeah.
Really?
Because Kyrie's too much of a superstar. Like, because he
Wow.
wants it all. He wants it all, you know, and that's why he left for the Celtics, because he wanted his team. And I think Kemba is not going to be I think Kemba's going to be more open with Gordon Hayward and just being able to pass them the ball more. And I think they fit better, obviously.
Hot take. Kemba is better than Kyrie. Kemba's better
Whoa.
than Kyrie.
I mean, it's
Whoa.
tough. Like, it's tough. It's like it's like asking me I don't know, someone better than Russell Westbrook. Like, per player wise, you know, Russell Westbrook's a pretty good player, but what does he do for his team?
Dude, but Kyrie
know?
Irving is one of the greatest finishers
But what
we
is
have
he? But
ever
does
seen.
but I mean, trust me, he helped LeBron win, but LeBron got
He
him to
didn't
that.
just help him.
Okay, he
he
hit the shot.
won the
He hit the shot.
championship
He hit
for
the
them.
shot. But I'm going to ask you, is he a winner?
Yeah.
You think he could lead a team to a championship?
No.
I don't
by
think he
himself?
can.
Oh,
I don't think the Nets will ever win.
Oh,
a
you're saying
title
by
with him.
himself or with somebody?
I don't think he could win it with KD with the Nets.
No, I think they do.
Will the Nets win that title with KD?
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
I don't think KD wins another title.
I think so. Kevin Durant is such a monster.
Do you think they get to the finals?
I think KD has won his last final already.
Because here's what's going to happen. So he
folks.
hasn't
won any finals.
Exactly.
Who?
KD's gonna finish his career with 0 finals wins.
Okay. So let me refute that. One, Joel Embiid. Yeah, his knees, they're not gonna hold up for another
I just
5
think
years.
the Bucks would beat the Nets.
No, because Giannis,
You
that team is gonna dismantle after this
Fully
year.
loaded Nets.
No, you're right.
Yes.
The team's gonna dismantle.
The team's
Bucks
gonna
are done.
dismantle.
Good
Philly,
thing Gregory's not here. Bucks are done, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna collapse. I feel like they're gonna collapse this year.
and Philly, like I said, Joel Embiid, his health, no way.
Yeah.
You can't count on it. So who's left? Ben Simmons and who?
I have no idea.
Tobias Harris.
Okay, so they're gonna beat the Nets.
Well, no.
Okay,
I think the Nets will get to the finals.
Yeah.
they're gonna get to the finals unless the Pacers pull something out crazy, which I'm still rooting for them to pull that out.
And that's the thing about this year, dude. That's the thing about this year. Like, I don't know who's gonna earn the right to go to the finals to get their fucking ass kicked, but it could
By
be
who?
anyone.
By who?
Clippers.
Lakers.
Clippers.
Lakers are NBA champions.
Will, it's gonna be the Clippers. I love you, Will. I love you a lot.
I do
It's
think.
the Clippers.
I do think.
NBA. Let's do your finals predictions right now. Then let's hear it.
Okay. Clippers Bucks.
Wow. Okay, I'm going Clippers. I gotta go with the Sixers.
Lakers. Pacers.
Oh, stop.
Pacers.
Just stop, dude. Just
How
stop.
about
Give me the teams. Give me the
Stop.
teams that are gonna beat them.
Stop. The Sixers.
Say Milwaukee.
No.
Milwaukee collapsing.
Here's a sneaky East team that could make the finals.
Don't say the Heat.
The Celtics.
Okay.
I think the top 2 teams for this.
It could happen. I think Brad Stevens is a good coach.
Celtics Clippers.
He's learned a lot. Dude, there's just no way the Lakers are going to beat the Clippers. Okay, first off, you have to face Kawhi and Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
You have Montrezl Harrell, who's going to give Anthony Davis fits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he's one of those Patrick Beverly dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Patrick Beverly, he's going to be all over Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo's probably going to try to punch him. Yeah, you got Lou Williams coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
You have Zubac, right? I mean,
Lou
dude,
Williams is.
are you kidding me?
Lou Williams is better than any bench player the Lakers have.
We have.
Is Kuzma starting?
We also have Kuzma won't start. We have Kuzma coming off the bench.
Wait, who's starting at the 3 then?
LeBron James.
Who's at 2? KCP?
Danny Green.
Danny. Oh, dude, there's no way, bro. If that's what the start, there's no way.
Rondo.
No way.
Danny Green. LeBron, AD, and
JaVale.
yeah, they're just gonna be so much taller. Like they're not gonna be able to
Dude.
score at the rim. They're not gonna be able to score at the rim.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Okay.
You think so?
Montrezl Harrell's gonna be waiting for alley oops all day long.
But
Kawhi's
we're gonna
get
have,
to the
like, I
rim
don't-
and dunk on anyone in his
The
way.
Lakers are literally. I think you're gonna see this year, but the Lakers are so much more tall and athletic than most of these teams than people
They
give them
are.
for. They are very tall and they're very athletic.
They are.
And they're going to run. I mean, the pace is going to be high, but then again, LeBron's going to bring down the pace when he needs to. And so LeBron's just going to be controlling that whole thing. And trust me, Anthony Davis is about to start the 4 or 5 best years of his life. Like if he's already been his peak, he's hitting the peak of his peak right now.
Can he stay healthy?
I mean, I'm just making these assumptions with everyone staying healthy because Kawhi's been. I mean, why don't we talk about Kawhi? He's been
Okay,
injured.
that
He's
was load management, and it was garbage in and of itself. But you have other guys that can carry the team.
The Lakers without Kawhi, or the Lakers without AD, and the Clippers without Kawhi. The Lakers win every time.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
If LeBron and Kawhi were out.
If AD and Kawhi were out. So it's basically LeBron missing PG again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Kawhi's the difference. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Kawhi is the difference. I think the Clippers have a better chance of beating the Lakers if they didn't have Paul George and the Lakers had both teams than if Kawhi wasn't playing.
Okay, that's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
That's a crazy what if.
Yeah.
Because there's no way, unless a season-ending injury happens, the Clippers are not going to be done with Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Paul George is going to miss part of the beginning of the season here with his shoulder stuff. He'll be back from that. They're going to work him in, but Kawhi can carry that load. Plus, you have an absolute walking bucket in Lou Williams coming off the bench.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
can't
Lou
stop
Williams
him.
is a great player. Don't get me wrong, but
Former Laker.
He's better than Kuzma.
Former
but
Laker.
but it's not like Kuzma's gonna be guarding him, you know.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. But as far as bench production goes,
I don't know if he's gonna be better than Kuzma off the bench.
oh yeah,
I think Kuzma played well and he was a starter last year. He had multiple 40-point games as a starter.
okay. Zach, how many times has Lou Williams won the six-man award?
3.
I
In a row? And how
I
many-
think it's got to be in a row.
I'd love to see.
Not in a row.
I would really
Not in a
love
row?
to see who's the point guard that they started over him. Like honestly, he should be a starter in the league.
It was
But
SGA.
Yeah, but that's what his role is. And
I
he accepts
understand that's his role.
Kuzma, can he accept a coming off the bench role?
2 years in a row.
I think he.
2 years in a row.
I think he blossomed in it.
They started SGA last year.
I don't think you can start Kuzma.
Well, hey, where's Gilgeous Alexander now?
OKC.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's right.
yeah, they started
Interesting.
exactly over Lou Williams. So I mean, I get it that
But
that's
Lou
his
Williams
role.
has never been a starter.
SGA is good though.
Yeah, but Lou Williams is a better player, and I don't understand why you don't play the better players.
Because Doc Rivers is a genius coach.
Well,
and
he's a smart
and he
coach.
will out-coach Frank Vogel.
There's no doubt about that. They definitely have the coaching. But here's my thing. It's
No,
Actually-
I will say, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I will say, if it's not the Clippers, it'll be the Lakers. In the finals.
Yeah?
I just don't know. I mean, they're not going to outshoot the Lakers. And so, where are they going to get their points from? I think the
might
Lakers.
outshoot the Lakers. So you're also banking on an
I'm-
inconsistent Danny Green
No,
so far.
I'm banking on I'm banking on an absolutely underrated Lakers defense. I think the Lakers are going to have one of the best defenses in the league, and I think that's just flown under the
They'll
radar.
have a top 10.
Okay, so you really think LeBron's going to be committed to defense this year?
I don't know if LeBron's going to be committed to defense personally, but I think that the Lakers will have a top 10 defense. I think they're going to be an absolutely
Okay.
killer defensive team because that's the only way they could win. That's the only way they'll be able to win.
Okay.
They'll have a top 10 defense.
They're not.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. They're not going to be able to beat the Clippers if they can't stop
They
them.
very well might lead the league in block shots. With JaVale and
AD, and then you
Okay,
got Dwight.
okay.
I mean, I know you guys hate Dwight, but he's gonna be. He's gonna have minutes.
I don't
can still
hate
block
Dwight. I'm just saying, like,
Like he's gonna get in the game though.
yeah,
You know.
I'll get in the game, I guess, but interesting. All right, most improved. It's tough.
Yeah, that is a tough one. You can't really predict most improved.
I know. I just
Um,
didn't know if you have any dark horses.
give me a sec.
you got anyone
That's
in your
tough.
mind?
I don't right now. I'm thinking though. I'm going through the recesses of my mind.
I don't know. What about a player like I don't know. I feel like Miles Turner might be
No.
lined up.
No.
Oh, stop!
No.
Stop.
No.
Just a player like him though.
Ah,
I don't think he's going to.
no.
He didn't make an all defensive team last year. I don't understand how that.
Which was a travesty.
Yeah.
He should have been defensive player of the year. Any thoughts on that one there?
Defensive player of the year.
Oh, by the way,
AD.
Clippers also picked up a Patrick Peterson, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I love that pickup too.
I'll tell you what's gonna throw a wrench in it. Whether Iguodala plays for the Grizzlies or he gets bought out. Because if he gets bought out, that's gonna be a bidding war for the century. Because that could be the fact that could be the tipping point for either the Lakers. I think if the Clippers were able to get Iguodala, I think that would tip it over in my mind for them to be able to win the championship. But I think it's the same thing. I think the Lakers with Iguodala. Imagine if you put Iguodala in as your you could even probably start Iguodala. Or bring him off the bench.
No, I don't think his legs are gonna want that.
Okay, bring him off the bench with Kuzma.
Okay,
then.
here you go. Here's a most improved player candidate. Justin Jackson.
Man, you like Justin Jackson.
I do. I really do, man. I love him.
I'm still trying to think.
So what about a Jaren Jackson?
Rookie of the year?
No, in Memphis, most improved.
Oh, yeah, it is his second year.
Maybe a DeAndre Ayton?
It's not totally out of the question because I think Jaw's going to make everybody better.
Right. And that's my thought. I think Jaren Jackson is a good player.
No, he is.
I think he's good. I think it's unfortunate he's in Memphis right now. But I think, like you said, John Morant makes everybody better.
Yeah.
So,
Man. Nobody jumps out. Nobody jumps out as the obvious pick.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I mean, obviously we're gonna get somebody like a Pascal Siakam that's gonna come out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here's one for you. Lonzo Ball.
That'd be a good
He
one.
popped in my head. I don't think so, though.
No,
I don't think so.
you don't think? Wow. Okay. All right.
What about a Terry Rozier? That's Charlotte.
Dude, that Charlotte thing, no man. I can't get on with it. I can't get down with it.
Maybe just because he's going to take all the shots.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have all the numbers that he's wanted. Right? He's gonna have all the possession.
But I think that could also take away from him.
Yeah, I
since
agree.
He's the only guy on the team.
Markelle Fultz.
No. It's a lost cause.
If he's productive at all, man, he wins the
Nah,
MIP.
I think that's a little early.
It's a lost cause, Will.
I think that yeah.
Sneaky pick, though. Sneaky pick.
How about this one? Man, just got paid. Thomas Bryant.
Indiana alum.
I like Thomas Bryant.
Indiana alum.
I like Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Jonathan Isaac in Orlando.
Solid.
See, that's what I'm saying. If it's anyone in Orlando, though.
Talk about a long team.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were long as hell. What happened to Mo Bamba?
He's
What
got
happened to him?
What happened to him?
hoes.
Did he get hurt
he-
last year?
No. You say he shaved his hair?
Did he?
Yeah, he lost the bet with Shaq. Yeah, took an L.
I don't know. That song just went. Oh, I haven't heard it in forever.
It's gone.
Oh, you're talking about the player, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the song.
No.
I haven't.
No,
I
sorry,
haven't heard
Will.
the song in a minute either.
Sorry.
So
This is why we're anti-Will, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, you got me thinking about this most improved.
So.
I'm sticking with it. Thomas Bryant.
Okay. Derek White.
I mean,
Over San Antonio.
Derek
Thomas.
White,
He's gonna start He's gonna start center for the Wizards.
Yeah.
So that's all you need. And he's not done anything in the NBA.
Is he their second best player? I
God.
think he could be.
Who?
Let me go through the roster.
Thomas
real quick.
Bryant, the Wizards' second best player.
You might be onto something.
Oh.
I think he is. I think he very well could be.
Wow. wow. That just hit me hard.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
one did hit me hard.
Ooh.
Because that is not right. If that's
Oh,
true.
brother.
I think he is.
I think, and there's no doubt after this season, that's why he's gonna win the MIP.
Because Otto's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I forgot about John Wall.
Well, he's not playing now.
It's true.
Right?
As of now, is he the second best player?
Oh yeah. I mean, let me check out the roster, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, let me look at this here. Any candidates for Defensive Player of the Year?
JaVale McGee.
JaVale McGee. You mean Anthony
Anthony Davis.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No, here you go. Isaiah Thomas is on the Wizards.
What's that do?
I think he's the second best player.
Oh, that's what that.
Yeah. Rui Hachimura, he might be good.
Gary
David-
Harris, most improved player.
I think he's good and too good last year
okay.
to be most improved.
Yeah.
Right.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Here,
Hmm.
Davis Bertans at Washington.
Okay.
CJ Miles.
No.
CJ Miles.
No, stop.
You wanna? You wanna?
I gotta get that shot. I
That
talked to
hurt.
CJ.
I'll tell you what. This website I'm on gives Thomas Bryant the second highest rating on the Washington Wizards, other than John Wall and Bradley
He's
Beal.
good, man.
He
good.
really is. He's not bad.
You know, out of all the Indiana centers that have come out recently,
Dude, Vonleh,
No.
he got hot last year for a little bit, then
Yeah.
dropped off the map.
Well, Cody Zeller, he's a faithful dude in Charlotte.
Hey, how about this?
Fortunate.
I am older than Thomas Bryant. How about that?
Oh wow.
That is odd.
Wow.
By 1 month.
Wow.
I think we're like the same age as Quentin Nelson too, or maybe a year younger.
I'm 21. You say he's like 23.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
We're older than Zion.
yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Dude, I don't want to talk about that.
Quentin Nelson is 23.
Wow.
And could fit 3 of me inside of him.
Big Q. Okay, back to NFL real quick. Do you think the Colts make the playoffs? Will?
Oh, speaking of Colts,
Yeah, let's hear it, man.
yeah.
Let's hear it, big dog.
I had a little clout points here. I cover the Colts, go to the complex every Wednesday, and
Forgot about that.
take interviews of the players, and just do a little journalist stuff. And so I was walking into the locker room today, and Jacoby Brissett normally doesn't speak on Wednesday, but he was ready to speak today, and I was one of the first ones in the locker room, and I was getting my camera ready, and I walked up to him, and was getting my camera ready, and I didn't say anything, and he was like, "What, you just gonna stand there and record me?" I said, "I'm just getting you framed up real quick," and he was kind of being a little, cause I don't know why he was being a little weird. I said, "I'm just getting you framed up." And then he kind of looked at me and looked away, and I said, "Yeah, while you're out there studying cover 2, I was learning all about the 2/3 rule in my school." So, yeah.
Did he say anything after?
No,
that?
he hated me, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
It was a negative. It was
just to clarify, Jacoby Brissett hates Will. He's anti-Will.
There's a lot of people anti-Will.
A lot of people anti-Will.
Hey, I got
But I'm not anti-Will. I love you, Will.
Zach is, so.
And Zach
That's
is
what I
definitely
was
anti-Will.
Oh, yeah.
No, Zach just tries to
Will,
moderate.
this is your last show, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Love you, Will. Rip Will. If anyone listens to this podcast, if you want to see Will back on the podcast, please comment.
yeah, please, because I want to come back. You gotta love my uneducated takes.
You know what? We'll
Just
bring
like
him
LeBron.
back. We'll bring him back when the
Just like Skip.
Lakers lose.
Just like LeBron. Me and LeBron, I tell you what, I'm such a big fan of LeBron James that my takes are all uninformed and uneducated as well. So
That statement is true.
Do the Colts make the playoffs?
the Colts, yeah, I still think the Colts. Oh God, no! I think the Texans
No.
are too good. I think the Texans are too good.
We
now.
don't get a wild card.
Because nobody in the West is getting a wild card.
Okay, let's go back and talk
Nobody in
about
the
the
West is
Packers
getting
then
a
real
wild
quick.
Nobody in
card.
the West, nobody, maybe the Bills in the East, maybe.
Yeah, I
And then
mean,
it's in the North, it's Baltimore.
I'll tell you what, big game this week.
The Browns.
Big game this
For
week.
sure.
You gotta be.
This is who commands control of the division right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, and I'll tell you what,
Where's it at? Houston?
No, it's at
It's,
Lucas Oil.
it's
Oh, shit.
Are you going, Will?
I'm not. I might. We'll see. See how I feel. I'm not covering it, no.
Oh yeah, right.
But I might dabble.
Actually, I think I could cover it. I think I could take Ryan's spot. He told me I had to talk to you about it. That's a conversation for another day,
For
though.
the Campus Citizen?
Yeah.
Really? You guys got credentials now?
Dude, did you not see the seating chart when you went? It said Ryan Gregory, campus citizen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I might go anyway. I might see you up there if you're covering it then. But I think I don't think they can make the playoffs. I think the Texans win the division.
Is it because you hate Jacoby Brissett?
I don't. Okay. Listen, I used to like Jacoby Brissett, and now
Just
maybe
not today?
my interaction with him today might have. I mean, obviously it doesn't affect it, but it's just like, damn. I thought I could be cool around NFL players, but I can't.
You can only be cool around people like Greg Doyle.
Yeah. I'm on a first name basis with Greg Doyle too,
Wow.
so little clout points for me. I don't know how much that'll help me in my life, but
Do you agree with Bryce's point that Jacoby could start on half the NFL teams?
I think half is
16
pushing it. I think 16 of the team.
16.
16.
Well,
Couldn't he? Couldn't.
Dolphins,
Of course.
Bengals.
Nah, I'm saying no. I don't think he could start. I'm not taking him
What?
over.
Andy Dalton.
I would take him over Kirk Cousins.
Mm.
I'd take him over Kirk Cousins. I'd take him over Case Keenum.
Listen, I think, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to downgrade what Brissett's done at all this year.
Yeah.
I'd give a lot of the credit to Frank Reich, though. I
Okay,
think
that's fair.
Me too.
That's fair.
Mhm.
But for a guy to be so calm, cool, and collected like that.
He is. I mean, he's a good player. I'm not sure if I'd take him over like.
Some of that Pat's DNA too.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
that,
okay. Think about somebody like a Mitch Trubisky or a Jimmy G. Can they be that calm to lead and make throws and make the plays that you need down the stretch when you need?
I think Jimmy G could. Mitch couldn't.
I mean, I think give Jimmy G like 2 more years, and we'll be talking about him as a top 5 quarterback in the league, probably. Just because he's going to care. I mean, just because the 49ers are going to be a good team. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in the hunt probably for the next 5 years, and Jimmy G's going to be right there with them. So we're going to have to talk about him as being one of the best quarterbacks. And I made this point yesterday. I think Patrick Mahomes is permanently on a downhill slope for his NFL career.
Stop. I'm going to stop you right there.
I don't think he's going to. Well,
Chiefs won a Super Bowl.
Numbers wise,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I think they'll get a Super Bowl with him. I think obviously I don't think he's ever going to put up the single season stats like he did last year.
No.
He may or may not. I think it may be close every year, but
I think he'll throw for like 5,000 yards every few years.
Yeah, I mean he'll
50
be.
touchdowns though.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
he's not going to have the weapons his whole career too. You gotta think of that.
Yeah, but people. Here's the thing that we're underestimating though is that people would probably want to play with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
If they take the best receiver that take Julio Jones,
Mhm.
and he said, okay, you can play with Patrick Mahomes or you can play with Matt Ryan.
Mhm.
Who's he gonna choose?
Yeah, you're right.
And I think
Right.
he's gonna have Kelsey for a long time.
Yeah.
'Cause how long did Peyton Manning have Dallas Clark?
Oh, a long time.
Long time.
Speaking
Kelsey's
of
a lifer, dude.
Brady had Gronk forever.
speaking of the Falcons, if you're a playoff team looking for a little bit of receiving core, that might
Calvin
not.
Ridley, dude.
Yeah, you
Calvin
might. I mean,
Ridley.
they got a couple. I mean, even Sanu too. Like, you don't have to go for Julio Jones.
Yeah.
You could pick up Ridley or Sanu and immediately improve your team. You know, and the Falcons aren't. I mean, the Falcons aren't really a playoff team. They're not gonna make it this year, at least.
You put Ridley on the Packers.
You put Ridley on the Packers, man. That's deadly.
So can we just as much as everyone hates Alabama, can we just talk about like
They're an NFL factory.
well, they're an NFL factory, but you would have never thought on the offensive side of the ball, other than linemen and running backs. But they put out some really good receivers.
Yeah.
No, they
Julio, Amari Cooper.
Ridley.
Ridley.
Ridley's another one.
Yep. A lot.
I mean, they're gonna put out probably 3
Yeah,
more
it's
after
just-
this season.
Yeah, it's been like, and it's like recently for that. They've had Alabama's had stretches of like different position where they're just like 1 year they're just churning out like defensive tackles, and 1 year they're just churning out. It was earlier in their stretch of being good. They were just churning out running backs year after year after year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jacobs,
Yeah.
Richardson, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you know.
Ingram.
Mark Ingram, yeah, all those guys.
And so I mean, you look at the NFL. Half those great players have all made a stop through Alabama.
But you know what? Ohio State's making their mark though too.
Their cornerback. What do they like to call themselves now? The
We're
cornerback
DBU.
factory. DBU.
We're DBU.
DBU.
Forget LSU. Forget Texas. Y'all
Denzel
ain't no
Ward.
DBU.
Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward.
He's good.
You know we had Denzel Ward. Hey,
Eli Apple.
yeah, no, we don't claim him. We don't claim Eli Apple. But so many defensive guys, you know, Von Bell, Marshawn Lattimore, which is arguably the best corner in the game right now. I don't care what anybody says about Jalen Ramsey. He hasn't played.
It's not Jalen Ramsey.
So it's Marshawn Lattimore for sure. Malcolm Jenkins.
Who's that kid from? Who's that guy on the Lions? Their number one.
Darius Slay.
Yeah, he's pretty good too.
Yeah, Darius Slay's good. He's been very underrated. For
Jair
years.
Alexander's an underrated. He's young, but he's underrated.
Dude, he almost got into a fight during that Monday night game.
He's got a little.
What happened to Vontae Davis?
He retired mid-game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, mid-game he retired.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
What
Yeah.
about Vontae's perfect? Is he ever
We
playing
don't talk
another
about
NFL
him.
game?
No, we don't talk about him.
Yeah, I think he will.
Here's a better question. Here's an over under 0.5. No, how about this? Over under 1.5, the amount of suspensions he receives in his career.
If
from
he
now
gets
on.
another one, he's done.
Well, and
Really?
you know where he'll end up. Good old XFL.
Yes. Oh God, they love him in the XFL.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How could you not?
I want Colt McCoy in the XFL.
Shout out to my boy Cardell Jones, 12 gauge, landing a job in the XFL.
I'll tell you what, the team in the XFL I will support is a team that Colt McCoy is the quarterback, because I miss
Why are
watching
you
him.
all over Cole McCoy, dude?
Listen, when I was younger, for some reason I really like Texas football.
Ugh.
I don't know. I just like the orange and like the horns for some reason. I don't like them anymore, but I used to love Colt McCoy. I think it was his name. Like,
Hey,
what a name.
Dude, it is. It's such a Texas name.
Colt McCoy. Your name's
100%.
Colt fucking McCoy, dude. That's
100%,
awesome.
dude. 100%.
He was good.
He was good. Now, when I was younger, I watched Colt McCoy too. It's not like I loved him. I was in love. But the one game that I remember during his whole entire college career was Texas Tech,
Oh, God.
Saturday night game. Michael Crabtree breaks the tackle on the sideline, runs it in for the game-winning
And
score.
it was a huge game, too.
Oh,
Absolutely.
massive.
Yeah, that was...
Massive.
Yeah, that was one of the best
It
games
was
I've
an
ever watched.
awesome game.
Yeah.
One of
Graham
the
Harrell.
Graham Harrell, dude. It was unfortunate that gunslinger never made it in the NFL.
Mike Leach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike
gosh.
Leach.
That was Mike Leach, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Fortunately, Mike Leach, that had that incident with the kid and put him in the shed and.
How long ago was that? 10 years, probably?
Dude.
Because is Crabtree still in the NFL, is my question.
No, he got released by the. I don't remember.
The Ravens, right? 2008, I
I
believe.
think. So. Mike Leach.
Yeah, I've been covering sports for 12 years now.
2008, I believe.
So.
First game I've ever covered.
Let's see here. He
But
was fired on 2009.
For that,
2009 for the Craig James, Adam James, inappropriate treatment.
wait, but he's still coaching, isn't he?
Yeah, he's at Washington State. He produced Gardner Minshew.
hey, I'll ask you what I asked him last week. Would Mike Leach be a better coach than in the NFL than Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is that good.
Dude, let me just say.
Could Mike Leach coach in the NFL?
No.
No.
I'm not sure why, but I love Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know. It's
It
weird.
just seems like if you've been in the same room as Sean McVay, you get a job.
That's true.
LaFleur.
Zach Taylor.
Kingsbury.
Yeah.
But the thing is, those kids, they're going for the kids now. Everyone's going for the younger guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's working.
For very good reason.
I think it's working.
No, but I do feel like for somebody like the Colts. Okay, they hired Frank Reich, older guy, but he's an adult. He knows what to do.
No, there's a
Doug
difference when it
Peterson.
comes to people.
Doug Peterson.
There's difference when it comes to people like Frank Reich, because you could just you listen to Frank Reich and okay, that guy just knows what he's talking about.
Right.
That guy,
So go back and look at the recent Super Bowl winners. Now, granted, a lot of them is going to be Bill Belichick, but he knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
How many inexperienced coaches have actually won a Super Bowl? Like people that don't know what they're doing. Like you go back to the Ravens when they won it, when they beat the Niners.
Yeah.
Harbaugh knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and in the Andy
Right.
Reid, the Andy Reid, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but the Andy Reid coaching tree is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've all been a part of Andy Reid somehow.
Yeah,
So,
Andy Reid fucking deserves it, man.
yeah.
He deserves it.
I agree.
So many good Eagles teams.
I agree.
Really good Chiefs teams too.
Donovan McNabb should have a ring.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
What about Vince Young?
He was an no. He's not a Hall of Famer. Get out of here. What's wrong with you, man? He's a college football Hall of Famer
Yeah.
for sure. That
He
that
was
Rose
good.
Bowl-
He was good, and he was good.
He was good on the Titans.
He
Yeah.
was
He was good.
and the one play that will forever stick out in my mind is the one where OC Umenyiora thought he sacked him and he let him go,
Yeah.
and he made that play on 4th and 17 or something like that. Yeah, I was a Vince Young fan, dude. When Vince Young got drafted, I bought a Tennessee Titans.
What a
Vince
draft
Young.
that was.
Matt Leinart,
Vince
Young.
Young, Reggie Bush.
yeah,
Devin Hester,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good draft.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Reese Jones-Drew.
He
man.
used to tear us.
He's probably one of the most underrated running backs in NFL.
It was a
this year.
shame he retired early too.
He was a beast,
Yeah.
dude.
Have you seen him lately?
Huh?
He's
Yeah,
fat.
yeah. He's on NFL Network.
He's
MJD. Come on, MJ.
He used to have a fantasy show. I think he still does, actually. He was a fantasy
What's the
god.
Can we get back to just how bad Booger McFarlane is?
Nah, we'll pass on that for today.
All right then.
We need to get to this meeting.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of inexperienced coaches that won the Super Bowl.
Exactly. You
McCarthy.
can't think of
I mean, but he wasn't really. Yeah,
no, he was there for a while.
Like
Yeah.
Doug Peterson, that was his second year.
But Doug Peterson is a grown-up.
Right.
What about I guess the Colts didn't win it with Caldwell, but he was pretty. He took him to the Super Bowl.
He was there. He was there for a while though.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
he was there after for a while.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Dungy. He was there for a while.
Dungy was there. Yeah,
He knew the game of football. Tom Coughlin.
yeah. I mean,
older guy.
Mike
grown up.
Tomlin knows what he's doing. Yeah,
Exactly. How often do you see somebody like a Sean McVay or somebody win a Super Bowl? Like
Yeah.
Ken Wisenhunt got there. He didn't win though.
Oh, the Arizona team.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Mike
Yeah.
Tom. I mean, now to be fair, James Harrison's big INT
Son of a
return.
bitch.
That was huge. I really want to see Kurt Warner get one there.
yeah.
And
I was rooting for
James.
the Cardinals. I like Larry. Yeah,
Yeah,
Larry
who
Fitz.
doesn't like Larry
You had
Fitz?
Edgerrin
man?
I actually had a
James.
Larry Fitzgerald jersey.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Edgerrin James, Kurt Warner,
Oh, Edge was on that team.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Coming off the edge.
Anquan Bolden.
Was
And
Edge
Quan
on that
Bolden-
team?
Yeah, he's the running back.
No, he wasn't.
Starting running back.
Who's? Oh, wow.
How did I not know that?
Yeah.
So, Anquan Bolden finally announced his retirement like yesterday.
Official.
Official retirement, yeah. He retired as a Raven.
He
'Cause
did
that-
get a ring on the Ravens.
Yeah, and that's why he retired as a Raven.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that wide receiving core, it was a shame that they never won more games with Fitz and Anquan Bolden.
Oh
It's
God.
because they only had a quarterback for like 3 years. That's
Yeah.
Kurt Warner.
Well, who they have before that?
Well, they fucked around with Matt Leinart.
Bro, I feel like
That's
I feel like
right.
that year, the year the Steelers won the Super Bowl, the Steelers had a pretty insane receiving core too.
Santonio Holmes, Ohio
Yeah.
State man.
Who else did they have
Hines
though?
Ward.
Yeah, they had Heinz Ward, and I feel like they had
Um,
someone else too.
Heath Miller.
Heath Miller was classic,
Um,
dude. He's a classic Steeler.
I don't think Mike Wallace was there yet.
No, remember when remember a couple years back when they had Antonio Brown.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Yes, and then who was that other guy that was really quick that just went off for a year and then like did a lot of drugs and he's not in the league anymore?
Martavis Bryant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was fire. That dude was great.
Yeah.
He went off for like the year. He set the league ablaze and then he set himself ablaze.
He was
a little bit too much.
he was a fantasy god for a while.
Yeah, he was. You were drafting him first round. Like there was one year I think
If
there was
you didn't draft Antonio Brown, you were drafting
yeah.
Martavis Bryant.
And there was like 1 year I think that he was suspended the first 4 games and you still were like getting him. in the
Dude, there was
second round or
another
something like that.
guy. See if you guys remember him. Another Oklahoma State wide receiver, drafted by the Jags. Justin Blackman, dude. It was such a shame that he never developed because he would have been good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That is a shame.
It was a shame.
Justin Blackman and Brandon Whedon at Oklahoma State.
Oh, dude, they were slinging that ball like it was a playground, dude.
Yeah,
It was
they were.
ridiculous.
I'm gonna throw out a name. This is another name, kind of like Colt McCoy, for me. I just want to see if it rings any bells in your head. No Sean Marino.
Yeah, Georgia running back. Good
Georgia,
Broncos wide running back for a while.
Yeah.
That year Peyton went off on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Sean Marino was good.
Yeah, he had a good year.
He was good.
What
Who did he play with? He played with
He's kind of.
I think
He
he
played
like
with-
wrecked his knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he play with Stafford at Georgia? Is that where?
I believe so.
He might
I
have.
believe so. Or it was Aaron Murray. One
Yeah.
of the two.
He might have.
Georgia, big time for your Georgia running backs though.
Yeah.
Gurley,
He did.
He played
Marino.
with Stafford?
He did.
Really?
They
Yeah,
came
because
out
Georgia
the
was
same
good.
year.
Georgia was.
They
real
came
good.
out the same year.
2009.
Hmm.
Because Stafford was the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that was when the Lions went 0-16.
Oh God.
What a shame.
Now he's the highest paid
Is he
quarterback.
the highest paid player in the league?
Not
He's-
anymore.
he's
I
not.
think it's. Is it Russell?
Is it?
Might be Russell.
Let me look. One more. I'll look this up and then we'll go.
Okay.
NFL highest paid players.
I don't know. I
Is
know.
it Aaron Donald? Or is it?
I thought the
Khalil Mack?
quarterback. I thought quarterbacks were always the highest paid.
It's Aaron Rodgers, right?
Maybe.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
that was that
Not
was a little bit
anymore.
less than.
NFL's biggest contracts.
Okay, real quick. Give me baseball predictions.
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson.
I thought it was Russell.
I don't.
35 mil.
I'm hoping the Nationals win, please.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't care. I wouldn't mind if the Astros won either. I
Yeah.
would
I
prefer.
hate the Yankees.
Yeah, never
Hate the
Yankees.
Astros.
If the Yankees could
Astros.
get all their 26
Beat the Nats?
championships,
Astros in 5.
would you
Astros
prefer?
in 5.
Wait, is that your prediction or is that what you want? My prediction's probably Astros.
Astros in the World Series.
Yeah.
In 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was a good show, guys.
Yeah.
That was about an hour and 40 minutes. So
It's good stuff.
good stuff. Next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If we don't have class.
Yeah, it's Malcolm, man.
Oh
to
yeah.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
We got fall break coming up.
Actually, we do have full break.
This
Right.
is true. Alright,
I gotta
well,
pee, so
Good show. Good show.
we could just chill in here until the meeting, right?